All right, welcome to the next episode of Remotely Wasted. This is our week three performances, players of the week, disappointing players of the week, our top five Heisman contenders. For me, no particular order. I can't lock it in. I'm so iffy. Um, I think we might even end up rolling in coaches on the hot seat.
Yeah,
Um, and then we might even just kind of ping pong around a little bit on this one. I know last week we kind of split our episodes into like three or four episodes.
yeah.
Last one went kind of quick, so if this one kind of trends the same way, we might just lump the whole thing into two. So, starting off, we got our game of the week. We might have probably had the same one. There was a lot of good games this
There
week,
was
so
a
there
lot of good
was
ones.
depending like what kind of meet your individual criteria. It could be different things. Was it an upset? Was it a close game and they almost beat this team? Did you just like what you've seen from this team in this win? It's very like it could go any way, especially in a week like
Yeah,
this with no like crazy matchups across the board. There's like two big games.
yeah. I base mine just off of like which game had the highest entertainment value to me.
Okay, I
And
think I know where you went then.
for me, this is Oklahoma State versus Arkansas.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, that's where you went. Fair enough. Um, it was a great game. I really enjoyed this game. Somehow Oklahoma State pulled this off.
It was a
Look at
rough win.
it. It was 14-0 going in the second quarter, and then they went up 21-7, and I was like, this game's over. So I was like mostly watching the Tulane K-State game. I was popping back in a little bit, and then I was like, 21-13, and then somehow they came back and just was duking it off in overtime. Uh, what the fuck's going on with Ollie Gordon? What I,
He had a really bad game. Like
I
he
think
was
in
really
this
low.
one particularly, they knew Oklahoma State couldn't throw the ball or
Yeah.
didn't want to throw the ball because Bowman is dog shit. I don't want to say dog shit.
I
He had
mean,
a
he had a
he had
lot
a
of
solid
yards,
game,
but if you look at his completion percentage, it's like
about
almost
50%.
50%. Like it's not very good.
Yeah, this is a DJ game. He didn't look great, but he didn't look bad. I think
I think Arkansas figures something out though. You just stack the box against Oklahoma State. That's going to give you a very good shot to win against them.
I don't know. I don't know why nobody was doing this last year.
Because I mean, they shut all Gordon down because they're stacking probably like
Yeah.
seven in the box.
I mean, 17 carries, 49 yards against the type of, running he was having to go up against is honestly not too bad. It's not what you want to see out of him, but he did get a touchdown when he needed it and got the
Yeah,
2 point. So
yeah. Overtime he came through.
it's not, I think he's pretty much out of the Heisman running. Unless he's
Just goes off. Has like a
like
300
last
yard game
year,
or
his
something.
first three
Yeah,
games, he didn't really do much, but that's, it's not happening, I don't think.
yeah. It's
His,
not
his,
looking
his
great.
Heisman campaign's over. Which sucks because he's very good, and I'm excited to see him in the NFL. Like, I'm curious, like what team he's gonna end up on. Like, he ends up on a team with like maybe it's not like the starter, but like not sitting behind like McCaffrey or like
Yeah,
somebody that just demands all the snaps, and you're like, why the fuck do you pick me?
he'd be
Like,
really great in like a two man like running
yeah,
back combo.
like well, and then you also can't. You don't want to be sitting behind somebody that's like also similar type running back. You're like maybe somebody that's like kind of like primarily like a pass catching running back, but and they need somebody that's more like running through the tackles. Trying to think like who that would be. Everybody in the NFL kind of that
Yeah,
does both really, but I don't know. I think he'll be solid. Yeah, this was a great game. I really enjoyed this game and it's first overtime game of the year.
it might be. It was
Well, for
the
the top
first one I
25s.
watched. The first one I watched.
For us, it's first one.
Yeah,
So
first one we watched.
that's all we care about. If there was one before this, didn't count.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, didn't count. Don't care. Um, looking at everything, Arkansas should have won this game. Honestly, their quarterback lost it for him. He
Yeah,
was very sloppy. He was just trying to do too much. He would drop back, start getting some pressure, and try to just hit some slick Caleb Williams rollout, spin, shake somebody in the backfield, and like get a pass off. But he's not that guy, pal, and would just get sacked for a big loss and lose all their momentum, and they'd end up having a punt, kick a field goal or something. That was
He
it.
he's really gifted like
He
physically,
he, he looked
but
great
he doesn't have like the
at times.
highest football IQ.
If this kid's a fucking senior, I'm gonna be sick.
Junior.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
He could make a jump next year.
He already has like almost half his yards from the year before in 3 games.
That's crazy.
I think he has a solid year this year. I mean, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. All things considered, like I know he didn't have like the best game, but like the flashes I did see, I really liked.
Well, I mean, shit, he didn't even have like that great of a game, and he still threw over 400 yards.
Like he was doing a little bit of little Manziel magic back there.
Yeah,
I like this guy a lot. I'm gonna keep my eye on him as the year goes on.
yeah,
I mean, Arkansas can lose this game and still do something. But if they're struggling against this defense, it's gonna be a long year. Who,
yeah.
who do they got?
They probably got a pretty rough schedule. Not bad.
W W
Eh,
W loss.
eh,
Yeah, I don't know. W. Well,
yeah,
they got
live.
they got about 4 more losses on their schedule.
Yeah.
Not looking great. Arkansas, you hate to see it. Hmm.
Who
All
did you
right,
go
I
with?
got
This was a great
this,
game
this
too.
game was this game was nuts. I still don't know how this happened. I I watched this game and I still don't know how this happened.
I was very confused just
Like,
because I was so high on Notre Dame going
what the
into it.
fuck is this?
He's not good. Like
No, he's not.
he's not good at all. I overrated him before the season started.
I had him in I'm pretty sure I had him in my top 5 like
I
preseason
might
Heisman.
have as well.
I'm like, I've already missed on 2 of them motherfuckers. Maybe more. I already forgot. I know I had Orgy, Riley Leonard. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I forgot. But I've at least missed 2. So I'm sick. But how? How does this happen? He couldn't throw. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't do shit on offense. But granted, like Northern Illinois couldn't really either. So it's just kind of like a slow, like tug of war game. Like, who can get better field position and maybe creep up and get like one good play and kind of creep into field goal
Yeah.
range. Or like that's all position battle on the field. And like this should not be happening to Notre Dame. Like this is a game you would expect from somebody in Northern Illinois' like conference or their level. Not
Yeah.
Notre Dame. This is embarrassing.
I just felt like at certain points it just seemed like Northern Illinois just wanted it more.
They did.
That
They
their
did.
quarterback apparently it was his childhood dream to play at Northern Illinois, which is crazy.
Good for
So
him.
he's got to be really dedicated
Good
to this
for him.
program.
I like him. I like him a lot. That's dope. What's this guy look like? I know he's got a mustache. What's that thing looking like? Sheesh. He kind of look like me a little bit. What do you think?
A little bit. I mean, he's got a
Shut
mustache.
up.
He's got a mustache.
No, he does. That's all.
Different
That's it.
different
That's
hair
it.
color and basically everything else. But
Yeah, you're right. Um, Man, I don't. This is one of the craziest upsets I've ever seen. This is like, it's not quite up there with the App State Michigan upset, but it's damn near
block
close.
field goal at the end. I mean, it was like, and then like the coach crying after the game. That was cool. Like it was just like
Yeah,
a cool thing to see.
I think this is like I want to say this is the first Mountain West like top 10, top 5 like upset or like upset against a top 5, top 10 team.
I know it was
Like
Northern Illinois' first ever top 10 win.
I think it's for the entire fucking conference.
Damn, that's
I
crazy.
want to say I could be wrong. I do be talking out my ass a lot, but that's insane. And they were 28.5 point favorites. The line was set at 46.5. They scored what is that, 30?
Yeah,
Like
close to it. Yeah, no, it is 30. Yeah,
31?
14
Yeah,
plus 14 is 28.
I'm so bad at
Plus two
math.
more, that's 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what 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 happened? I can't wrap my head around it. I I don't know. I watched the game. I still don't understand it. Like the defenses were balling out. Northern Illinois looked elite. Uh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they just both looked sloppy as fuck, and it made the game
Northern Illinois
good.
look a little bit better than they are.
Maybe, but Notre Dame is cooked. Shit, they could lose to fucking Purdue. They're definitely losing to Louisville. Uh, I have hope we can beat them now. But
I
because before the
mean,
year, I was like, yeah, we lost. And Notre Dame's that's a loss already. USC's blowing their fucking doors off.
they basically have
Army's
to win out to get in the playoffs.
Army's decent this year. That's not a cakewalk. Virginia, their ass. We could still be ass, but I'm optimistic. Navy, who fucking knows? Georgia Tech, I
They
don't know.
didn't look bad against Syracuse. I
They
mean,
didn't
they
look
still they
great.
still look decent.
Stanford's trash. So
Yeah.
shit, they might win what one, two, three, four, five, six. So they could potentially end up with three, four, maybe five, maybe even five more losses. That's an absolute disaster for Notre Dame. Like what has happened? This just proves stop ranking them in the top 10 at the preseason. Just stop. Set
I'm
them in
thinking this this
11.
this could be a fluke, but I'm not sure.
Maybe, but I don't know. I was also thinking about this the other day, like the day after the game. You know, they go on the road into Kyle Field, upset A&M, kind of. Not an upset, but I don't think they were favored to win that game,
Yeah.
even though they were ranked higher, which is
Yeah, they were the
weird.
underdogs though.
But you go on the road, you get a big upset. They didn't only win by 10. Might have taken a lot out of them. Okay, you got Northern Illinois rolling in, first home game of the year. Easy clap. Came out unprepared. By the time like they realized what was happening, they was like, oh, shell shocked. It was just like, oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening? Like these dudes came to play. This should be easy. We have way more talent than they do. What are we doing? Like our quarterback needs to do something. And he wasn't.
And Riley Leonard just like when it really mattered, he just wasn't coming through with the completions that he needed to come through with.
I don't know why he wasn't running more. Like that dude's athletic as fuck. Start running some RPO. Start keeping it. Do something. Run the ball.
Notre Dame just might be destined to never have a good quarterback.
Good. I I like Notre Dame sometimes, but
I liked them under this regime. I hated Brian Kelly, so I didn't really.
yeah, me too.
I
But
I, I rooted against them, but I
I
like
don't
Marcus Freeman, but he
I
might
don't
be
like
able to
him
do
this year
something.
just because they're on our schedule. But
Yeah,
if I just don't like also how like they don't fucking schedule anybody. They might have one good game a year. They almost just get a free ride into the playoffs. Well,
yeah,
going back to the 4 team, if they were worth the shit, they would have had a free ride to the playoffs every year. They would always fuck it up. Back in the BCS, almost a fucking free ride. Easy schedule. They'd fuck it up.
yeah.
Like, if Notre Dame had a coach worth anything and a quarterback ever, they'd have multiple national titles. They've had defenses all the time. They always have defense. Maybe not this year. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
traditionally they have great teams. They just can't fucking put it together. They should have national championships based off how easy it is for them to get there and how fresh they should be. Whether or not, the easy route is gonna make them better or not. Maybe they're just not
Yeah,
prepared enough by the time they get there.
that could be the downside of having
I
an
don't
easy
know.
schedule is that you're just not tested through the year.
Notre Dame pisses me off. Stop rating them in the top 10 at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, at this point.
11 at the lowest. Just cap it there. They have not earned top 10 entry. If they lose again, they're backing their ass up to 15.
Yeah, I mean they're not even. They can't even afford another loss at this point. It's
No.
crazy.
You got a best performance by team?
Yeah, we just talked about it. It was Northern Illinois is who I went with best
Okay.
performance.
Uh,
Defensively, they played crazy.
I went with Texas.
They were dominant.
I know I probably should have went Northern Illinois, but like we did just talk about them. I figured maybe you went there as well.
Mix it up a little bit.
Um, yeah, I mean going on the road into the big house, like I mentioned or last episode, that's a huge undertaking. That's one of the toughest places to play. Whether or
Yeah,
not Michigan's bad or not, that's still hard to go in there and win.
yeah.
It's looking like Michigan's just bad, but you hate to see it.
Their
This
quarterback sucks.
he's trash.
You know, he was a 0 star coming out of high school.
How does that
He was
happen?
playing it like he was playing like it.
But where the fuck's he been at? There's no way this motherfucker been on this team for 3 years and he's this bad. Is this McCarthy's backup? No, Orgy's been the backup. This
Yeah,
dude's
so
the third string.
I don't know
How do you
why.
go from where the fuck he was at to taking the starting job? Uh, this dude should not be the starter. He's bad. He's fucking terrible.
I don't know if they thought they had another Tom Brady situation or something where,
Or
oh, we
another
have
McCarthy out of nowhere.
a guy that didn't get recruited very well. He's going to be a great player.
Nah, that guy's
Not working
bad.
this time.
That guy's bad. You could pick a numerous amount of high school quarterbacks that would play better.
I mean,
Numerous.
shit, you could have grabbed somebody out of the portal
Or fucking play Orgy.
or Georgie.
Maybe
Yeah.
Orgy's not that. Maybe he's not that good. Maybe he can't throw.
Well, usually when a guy's not on the field, I feel like there's a reason for it.
Uh, yeah, he either can't throw or he's got some off the field issues.
Jim
That
Harbaugh is such a son of a bitch.
or academic. Yeah, Harbaugh left them
He's
motherfuckers.
he's like, I know they're gonna be ass next year, so I'm definitely leaving. That way I don't get any of the blame for it.
I ain't trying to recruit a new quarterback, a whole new defense, all new wide receivers. Sorry, they still shouldn't have won last year, but whatever.
Cheaters.
Uh, yeah, Texas just they cooked them.
They
It
dominate the line of scrimmage.
wasn't close. 7-0, 7-3, 14-3, 17-3, 24-3. At this point, they was like, all right, we're chilling. They just was hanging out.
At halftime, I quit watching. I was like, I'm gonna find a
Yeah,
more
me too.
interesting game.
This game was fucking. It was a great game, but it was like
It was
wasn't
boring.
terrible.
It
But
was kind of boring, but it was a good performance by Texas,
if
though.
you're not really a fan of either of these two teams, I like at this point, like, why am I still watching this game? It's over with. There's a based off of everything we've seen out of Michigan, there's no way they're coming back.
Yeah, and I don't even like either one of these teams, and I definitely don't want to see Texas do good. So I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Hell no. Hate to see it. Uh, I'm assuming Notre Dame's your most disappointing performance of the league.
No, actually, it's funny. I went with Michigan. That was my most disappointing because I mean they are the defending national champions,
True,
and Jesus Christ, they got destroyed.
true.
Did you go with Notre Dame?
I did. I just
That's
You
fair. That's
can't
fair
lose to
too.
that team. Like, okay, you lose to Texas. They made the playoffs last year, right with you. Um, they got you. But losing to fucking Northern Illinois at home is
No,
the
it's
coach should be fired
unacceptable.
that game. Like that's a game you fight just fire the coach. Like
His seat's gonna get warm this year, especially
I
after that.
I put him on mine already. All right. Player of the week might have same guy.
I don't think so. I went with Cam Scattaboo, running back at Arizona State.
Oh, the C or a K.
CAM SKA. Yeah, there. No, that's yeah, it's him. Yeah,
They're
there he
playing
is.
right now, actually.
This dude
Yeah,
is
they're
a
all tied up.
tank.
What is it? Last time I seen
Damn, they're
Arizona State,
struggling.
last time I seen Arizona State was getting beat on. Well, Texas State's supposed to win. Okay, it's Texas State did just score, so it's 28-21, 4 left in the third quarter.
That's crazy.
Why do I know this guy? What team is
This
this
guy's
guy?
a fucking tank, dude.
Where's it? What team is this?
I think it's like Sacramento or something.
Who the fuck is that?
They're
I've
in the
never
Big
seen this
Sky.
team.
It's like FCS. Yeah,
I've never seen this team in my life. Huh?
yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
This dude is just like you cannot tackle him on first hit. Like you can't tackle him on first contact. He'll run all over you and he'll carry that ball. Like when he carried it the last game,
262. 33
33
carries.
carries. Like he was just trucking people.
I like it. This is like that's like he's like a fullback. What's the dude? 5'11", 215. He's not crazy.
He's my
But
favorite like non-OU player in college football right
yeah,
now.
no, I like his look. He's just fucking he looks mean. He looks mean as fuck. Got a cool name too, Scatterboo. Scatterboo. I like it. I like it a lot. He's got he kind of looks like the dude that plays Sabretooth back in the X-Men. Damn, Nick's dying right now. Throwing up in the napkin. Logan sweating out there. But yeah, what's that guy's name? The Sabretooth actor. He kind of looks like him. I'll just pull it up on the screen. While Nick's dying. Distraction. Pocket sand. Sabretooth actor. Is it Liv Shaver? Yeah. All right, let's find hmm. It's a good picture to compare here.
Okay, I'm alive.
This guy looks fucking just like him.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Doesn't he? He looks just like him.
No, it's funny.
He's like his brother, like a nephew or something.
Me and Carlos were just talking about that guy
Really?
because he has like a new series on Netflix or something. I haven't watched it, but apparently it's
I
pretty good.
like him a lot. He's such a good actor.
Who
That's
did you go
crazy.
with?
Oh shit! I accidentally closed my nose. Uh, uh, I think this was my play of the week last week. This dude's fucking going stupid. I don't know what this I don't know what this dude's doing.
Yeah,
This man's eating his Wheaties. They're almost the same. Where did so Scatterboo's 2 inches taller and they were the same. This motherfucker went stupid. And
I added him to my Heisman list because he's going crazy.
Boise State should have beat Oregon. They got unfortunate. Oregon ran the kickoff back to tie the
Yeah,
game, or was it a punt? Whatever. Um, that shit's so rare. Like that doesn't happen. Bad special teams, but Oregon should have lost. Boise State should have won this game. If they do, Boise State's they're probably sitting up in here,
yeah.
top 15 probably. But this dude's going stupid. 25 carries, 192, 20 carries, 267. He has the most touchdowns in college football right now or in FBS.
Nine
Uh,
touchdowns in 2 games is fucking crazy.
like what? And I feel bad for this fucking team. Who is this? Uh,
Portland,
what fucking team is this?
Portland State, maybe. I don't
They
know.
have a 1.5% chance. Portland State,
Portland
what? I've
State.
never heard of this team in my life.
They got
They got
whooped by Washington
blown
State.
out. Yeah, and if that's any inclination, uh, this game might be 100. Uh, Jeanty, I think it's Jeanty. This man's gonna have 1,000 yards in this game.
Yeah.
Whatever his line said at, I'm taking it by like times two. He might push 400. If he don't have at least 3 tutties in this next game, I'll be upset. But they'll probably end up pulling him at half or something like that
Yeah,
because
I'd say so.
he is got a Heisman campaign going. He's the only probably non-quarterback so far that's even contending. In my opinion, I'll just a little spoil it. He's my number one. He's leading. I didn't have an order for the rest of them, but he's number one for me.
He's not that high for me, but
I don't know why you couldn't consider
the
him.
loss. That's only because of the loss, basically.
He lost to Oregon though,
And that's why I think he has a good shot to win it,
and it was
especially if he keeps
what a
doing this.
last second field goal,
Yeah. So I think he has a good shot to win it
and
at
all
this
they have to
point.
do is win the fucking conference.
Yeah.
And if they, as long as they don't lose again, who's Boise State got this year? Okay, W W. They don't fucking lose to anybody.
Yeah. They probably went
If
out.
if they play like this, like the last 2 games, like the defense got to tighten up. 45 to Georgia Southern's a little worrying, but
Yeah.
if you can keep up the offense, like you just outscored everybody. Who cares? And if they keep that up, this man's winning the Heisman.
Yeah. If they're a playoff team, he probably almost undoubtedly wins it because he's on pace to rush for like 30 touchdowns.
Just gonna smash some records. Oh, well, I think Barry Sanders holds some of those. So you better be looking
Yeah.
at his shit and like, all right, what's in reach? or with this pace, because fuck. And he's got what? Both those games over 70-yard rushes for the long 70 and 77. Like that's
That's
just
nuts.
boom to the house. Like that's so like demoralizing. Like that's on like the 2025. You're like, all right, we got the ass now. Boom to the house. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you're like, what the
That's
fuck?
so demoralizing. They hit some stupid celebration on you while they're, running to the end zone. You're like, okay,
You're
yeah,
like,
well,
we got him pinned pretty far back. We might get the ball back.
tight. Hate to see it. All right. So that's my play of the week. You had Scatterboo,
Most disappointing,
Scatterbo,
we probably had the same guy.
Riley Leonard.
Yep.
That dude
Yeah,
is
he.
trash.
I thought he was gonna be really good this year too.
Actually, hold on. What's old boy's name from last year? Plays at Utah State now.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
Petrus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's his name. I gotta pop in on my boy.
he didn't even play last week. I thought he was done. I thought he just like graduated.
Look at his goofy ass. I want to meet. I want to meet him.
We talk about him more than anybody probably ever has.
His QBR.
12.8. And they're playing some bullshit team. Who is MRU?
How do you how it?
How did he even get another opportunity?
How do you get that QBR? I don't. Where does this come from?
Um, what's his rushing looking like?
He had 1 for 5.
I mean, it's not
So it was like he didn't get sacked. The
his
two
QBR isn't even
interceptions.
maybe that two interceptions, probably.
I don't know. That makes sense to me, but I got my fucking eye on you, pal.
I
He's
don't even know
active.
how he won the starting job because their quarterback, the guy that played the backup was Barnes from Utah last year, and he was pretty good, I thought.
Actually, I got another honorable mention. Where the fuck did they go? Oh yeah, they're not ranked because they're trash. The new Iowa
Oh,
quarterback. This dude went. He had a terrible fucking game. 9.7 QBR. Yeah,
yeah, even worse.
that's right on pace for Mr. Petrus. So I got my fucking eye on you too, bud. You can be on here every week at this rate. Even with the 40-0 win, he's got a 52.7 QBR.
That first game made me
That's
think, okay,
crazy.
maybe he'll be good this year, but
That's
he's
yeah.
not.
I thought
Because he
I was
started out
good.
at Michigan, like as a starter above JJ McCarthy.
Didn't even throw for 100 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, and got sacked a couple times. Mm.
Terrible.
Your dog water, buddy. You're gonna be a weekly contender on here.
Yep, he's terrible.
You're the new Spencer Petras on this Iowa team. Somehow it's the same team somehow, and they have shit quarterbacks back to back years.
And I thought he was going to be like a major upgrade, honestly.
I did too.
121st in QBR.
Does that go up to like what,
130, 133, something
135?
like that. Yeah, something like that.
Who's worse than this? Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
This is bad. All right. So that's our most disappointing players.
Yeah.
We had a couple honorable mentions, little hot routes. Good on our
Yeah.
Heisman's.
Yeah. Heisman was, I don't know. It's like a weird time of the year to like be
Yeah,
thinking
that's
about Heisman.
so I didn't really rank mine other than Jeanty at 1. That man's cooking. I could not put him at 1.
I mean, I ranked by him, but it wasn't that like, I'm not that firm on my rankings. You know what I mean? Because it's
Okay.
still early.
We
There's
probably
like
have
15
similar,
guys.
probably similar 5.
Yeah. I went with Quinn Ewers at 5. Quality win over
Yeah,
Michigan. So I mean, he didn't play like
absolutely.
crazy good, but he didn't really make any mistakes. High
I mean,
QBR.
killed Colorado State too, doing everything he needs to do. He's 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, got the yards. It's everything you can ask for him. He's on pace.
Yeah, and anytime you're a good quarterback on a good team,
powerhouse team.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be
in the
up there
running.
for sure. I had Quinn Ewers as well. Um, with the order I wrote them down, I don't remember if that was my ranking or not, or just the order I was picking them around. I had him at two, so I don't remember. This was like 2 days ago, so maybe I had Quinn
Yeah,
Ewers at two, which is
I mean, it's a good
I
team.
think yeah I think maybe I was like, oh, a quality win. Got the best win so far. Put him at two behind Jeanty.
Yeah,
I guess since I already went with Jeanty at one, who would be your next one?
I went with Carson Beck at number four. Again, just a quarterback on a really good team. Um, I don't know. It's such a boring pick to pick guys like that. Like it's just like
I hate
I
Carson Beck.
guess.
I don't like him. There's something about him. I put him at like five on my list, so I guess I haven't rated five. But I mean, he's doing everything he needs to do. Six QBR, seven touchdowns, 520. Beat down Clemson, which is might be a quality win.
They had a good bounce back win, so
We don't, yeah,
maybe
we don't really know. But even against Clemson, he only had two touchdowns and
yeah.
278, which is it's not bad. That's solid. Clemson's got a good defense, but we'll see how this win actually kind of increases or decreases in value. Might might be dog shit.
Yeah.
Clemson loses three games, wins no good.
Yeah, especially, towards the end of the year if they're not really in
They're not
ACC
ranked.
contention or anything like that. Yeah, ranked as long as they're like in the top 25, I'd say it's still a quality win.
Agree. Um, next one.
I went with Gianti or Jeanty at three, which we kind of already talked about him.
There.
I went with Jackson Dart at number two.
My list, I got Jackson Dart at three. I do like stat wise, I think he's over Quinn Ewers on yards. I think they all three have. Okay, Carson Beck's got one more touchdown, but Jackson's got like 200 more yards.
Hasn't thrown an interception
He's
yet.
got a better QBR and has not thrown an interception. So, um, I mean, I guess you could argue him being over Quinn Ewers, but Quinn Ewers does have better
A better
resume.
win.
So
I'm being kind of biased to Ole Miss. I kind of like Ole Miss, so
I like him too. Yeah,
I've been like they're the only team I'm kind of giving a pass for not having a great resume so far. But I just think their eye test looks really good.
I just don't want to buy into him too hard and then get
Yeah,
disappointed. Jackson Dart just looks like he goes to Ole Miss. You're like, drop me a picture of a person that plays quarterback at Ole Miss. You're like, it's fucking Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, and it's just like a name that like it's a crazy ass name.
Fits. I like Jackson Dart. I don't know why. He plays hard too. He'd be just out there hitting people like while he's running. You're like,
Yeah,
what are you doing, bro?
he's
I
a
mean, he's
fiery
fucking
competitor.
6'2", 225. He's kind of big.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Uh, yeah, cool, man. I like it. Um, what's
I
this?
kept Cam Ward at number one.
I got Cam Ward. I guess I'm a four.
They haven't played anybody. Maybe I
I
mean
mean, second
we don't
QBR is
know
just
about
cool, but
Florida yet, but he's really not done
he's
anything too crazy.
putting up some stats.
Very good QBR both
I didn't
games.
watch this game, so I mean, I'm assuming he got pulled at like half.
I think so.
I didn't watch all this game either. I don't remember if he got pulled or not. He didn't really rush him for a lot. I want to say if he's gonna let him really lock up the Heisman, he's gonna start out needing to like
Yeah,
rush for a couple hundred yards and some touchdowns
and
because
they don't have the most like favorable schedule either, like to where he could get a really impressive win. I don't even think they have anybody really that good on their schedule the rest of this
nope,
year.
pretty sure they don't. Like
Let's
fucking Ball State. South Florida gave Alabama a run, but they
Louisville,
also did
you
last.
guys.
That's it.
Syracuse looks like they could be good.
Syracuse might be ranked by the time they get there, but that's it. Yeah, Miami has like probably the easiest route to playoffs
Yeah.
out of anybody. They lose one game, they're cooked. No, they can still lose one and still make
Well, because they all they
ACC
got to do is win the
championship.
ACC, which is crazy.
It's annoying.
So no win unless it's your team. What sucks is like we're not gonna win the SEC. Like we have to be in that large bid basically to get in.
Same. And we'd be, if we went out, we'd be a two-loss at large bid.
Well, what sucks is like, most teams start their schedule off with non-conference games. Y'all started back-to-back conference games for the like first two games.
I don't know what the fuck we were thinking. Why would
Because
you want to
if y'all
play a
if y'all
fucking
if y'all
conference game
lost,
overseas?
that's what I'm saying. If y'all lost two non-conferences, all y'all would have to do is win out and you would get in.
Shit doesn't make any fucking sense, man. It's frustrating. Makes me want to kick a fat kid at Kmart.
Well, and it's just like the jet lag and all that other stuff going to
No,
Ireland. Like, why would you want to do that?
I'm fucking whoever made our schedule. I'm punching him in the throat. Makes me sick. All right. Do you have anybody else you wanted to mention?
I think that's all I had. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I had too. Like we pretty much had the exact
I
same
think we
list,
had the
just in
exact same guys, just different order.
different order, which is kind of funny.
We
I know.
normally don't have the same list.
I mean, last week our lists were completely all over the place.
I feel like the
So
favorites are starting to emerge a little bit.
as long as Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, I imagine will be top three remainder of the year.
Yeah,
Carson Beck will be probably
as
he'll
long
be
as they keep
floating.
winning. Yeah,
I think he'll be floating back into like the top one to like four. Um, Once I get that first signature win, they beat Tennessee, and he's been pretty up there with stats. I think he'll slide into one. Jeanty, if he keeps just massacring people on the ground, he might run away with that shit early.
yeah.
I know their schedule's not insane, but like it's still college football. It's still a college football
But
schedule.
then
It's
they'd be in the playoffs. Like,
so you can't fucking hate the man for massacring people on a Boise State schedule. Why hasn't anybody else done it?
and I mean, they took Oregon to the
To the
end, and
buzzer.
Oregon was like our I think both of our preseason number ones, or maybe like top two for both of us.
Yeah.
I don't even have them anywhere near that right now.
I would take them out of the top 25 if it was up to me. They don't deserve to be. And they almost lost to Idaho week one. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You've almost lost to two Idaho teams back to back weeks.
Ridiculous.
Like, what is going on? Is it just Idaho got y'all? They poison y'all or something? I don't get it. They sneak in and you know what happened? I was about to get kind of crazy with that.
Well, shit, I feel like with OU, I'm like, I hope we're not ranked. Like, I hope it wakes the guys up. But they left us at 15. But I'm like, I hope we aren't ranked.
Hey man, you don't want to be in the basement with us. It's not waking us up yet. No, nobody seems hungry. But
Yeah.
you also
You,
got
you
leaders
don't
on your
know.
team
Yeah.
to wake your team up.
Yeah.
So
Stutzman is
that
playing
shit's not
crazy.
happening with Stutzman and Bowman on that team. At least the
Yeah.
defense.
Defense is great.
But
Venables,
see, this is what happens when you have somebody that recruits and you nurture these people into the players they are, not fucking hiring mercenaries from the
get
transfer
everybody
portal.
from the fucking portal. Yeah. Because, I mean,
This is
Stutzman,
exactly what happened to us. Is it should be a fucking lesson
yeah.
to teams. Like, okay, plug a few holes, not a whole fucking new roster. I
Well, and we've
mean,
been seeing that with Texas A&M. They've constantly had the best transfer portal.
you can fill a couple key positions, but not the whole fucking team. Not the whole team. It's an exaggeration, but
You got to build a culture from scratch, I feel like.
not your whole fucking defensive line. It seems like it's not, but fucking feels like it.
Well, in
Um,
D line and O line, I feel like those are the two that require the most chemistry between the
our
guys.
O line has some of the most chemistry in the whole fucking college football. I don't know what the fuck those retards are doing.
Yeah,
I've been holding that
ridiculous.
word in for days. I'm not allowed to say it at work anymore. I'm
I feel
just
like it's
it's
late
in the
enough
it's
in
just
the
in the
episode
recess of
where
my mind. I just want to say it.
YouTube won't recognize it's too late in the video.
Our fucking offensive line is a bunch of fucking retards. All with all due respect, but they're trash.
Yeah, they're
Some
not.
of the most consecutive starts to get there in all of college football, but all of a sudden they forgot how to play football. Um, sure, sure, man. Whatever you say. Anyways, hot seat coaches. Fuck.
I'm just gonna keep Ryan Day at number 5 for the whole year. Because his career depends on the Michigan game.
True.
Especially this
Unless
year.
they
This
lose
kid
before
sucks this
then.
year.
Yeah, I don't see Ohio State losing. There's no way.
Honestly, I think he's a good coach. I think the conversation's a bit ridiculous,
I think
but
he is too. I would take him in my school.
there's like that's the stupidest thing to fire him for losing to one rival.
Like, if you're making the fucking playoffs, who cares?
It's ridiculous.
Maybe you beat them in the playoffs when it really matters.
It's just a stupid conversation. Like, why the fuck?
Granted, previously losing to them at the end of the season might have prevented them from getting in the playoffs, which,
Now they both
okay,
probably well not now this year, but in the future they'll probably both get in.
at some point, yeah. So, uh, my list is the same. I just added Marcus Freeman. You can't
He
lose to that team. You can't.
yeah.
I
He's
know
not on my list, but
everybody.
he's getting warm for me.
I know everybody in that fucking board on that team is like, what? They was like, did we make the right decision here? Like,
Well,
this
it's
is
weird. Somebody said
because
Brian
there's the Sam Hartman choice last year didn't work out for him.
backfired as well.
Backfired. You bring in right, you do the same thing. Bring in another fucking mercenary, also from the ACC, different team, backfired. Like, is the decision making the best? Like, why can't you guys fucking recruit a quarterback? A
I mean,
quarterback.
in all fairness, I thought both of those guys were going to be very good when they got to Notre Dame.
So did I. So did I.
I think,
But Sam Hartman was in a very unique system at Wake Forest. That slow mesh system was very unique.
yeah,
Um, I think pulling people from very unique or niche systems like that. So, like, say hypothetically, they was running a fucking triple option, and he was like, "I'm gonna bring him over here. I'm gonna run my offense with him." It's not gonna work.
you have to
It
build
never
your
works.
offense around that quarterback, basically.
And then Riley Leonard,
You can't really throw.
that seems like a confidence thing. Maybe he got bit by the confidence bug like everybody else. So he can't throw for shit.
The thing with Freeman is like somebody was saying Brian Kelly couldn't win the big games at Notre Dame, but um, Freeman can't win the small games because they got upset by Marshall like 2 years ago under his first year.
Yup, I remember that.
And then this is another major upset, like two major
This should
upsets in
not
3 years.
should not be happening.
He's letting his team get too lax when they're playing a lesser opponent.
They should be coming out and just massacring them just for fun.
They need to
Just for
treat
fun.
every opponent the same.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a preparation thing. The players ain't bought in. Defense played great. He's a defensive coach, so maybe they need a new offensive coordinator. The guy they got,
Yeah,
not it.
maybe.
Shit, at this rate, see you, bud. I'd be a terrible head coach. I'd be firing people just all the fucking time.
So this
Well,
is not my
we lost to fucking Northern Illinois.
You're fired.
You're fired. Offense coordinator. So yeah. Josh, you got anybody else you want to add?
I mean it's basically the same guys. Billy Napier is still my number one. I just don't see him making it through the year.
There's no way. There's no
I
way.
had
But
I had Dabo last week, but thinking about it, I'll probably take him off with that bounce back win,
I
at
did
least for the
too,
time
but
being.
I imagine they catch another loss.
Yeah, he's in the same boat as Freeman for me, where he's getting warm, like
Yeah,
warmer by the week.
agreed. I'm gonna pull up the schedule for
Yeah,
this
for
week,
next week. Yeah.
but I gotta go potty.
All right, y'all keep the crowd entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looks like let's see, they don't have the score pulled up for Arizona State and Texas State. I was surprised to see Arizona State losing the last time we checked. I thought Arizona State's made great strides since Dillingham took over the program. I think, I feel like maybe they're just a year or two off. The Big 12, I feel like it's kind of a wide open conference. They could have some success there. Kansas looks like they are playing UNLV tomorrow. I'll probably tune into that game. Kansas did have that loss to Illinois, disappointing performance. Um, Jalen Daniels threw some interceptions, but the Illinois defense was really, they're a top tier defensive program. Head coach has done a great job building that team, the defense's image. Um, Arizona, they've struggled a little bit. If I had to guess, I would say they probably lose to K-State just based off how they started the season. I know K State struggled a little bit against Tulane, but Tulane's a way higher quality opponent than Arizona was playing in Northern Arizona. Um, Saturday, we got some decent matchups. Bama, Wisconsin looks like a really good one. Um, yeah, I was saying I think Arizona might lose to K State. They haven't been,
Yeah,
but their
they
defense has
don't
sucked. Defense has not played well so far.
they don't look as good as I thought they were going to. I don't I don't know what the fuck they're doing. The defense is ass. It was kind of ass last year. The offense isn't scoring as well as we thought they were going to be.
Yeah,
So,
and I'll
yeah.
say UNLV is not a guaranteed win for Kansas either. Kansas
Mm-mm.
struggled quite a bit against Illinois last week in that loss.
Well, they lost
Yeah, I mean they Jalen Daniels I think threw like two picks.
three
It was
interceptions.
a
I'm pretty
three.
sure.
Yeah,
I almost put him on my most disappointing.
yeah,
I almost did, but yeah, I'd say yeah, K State. I wouldn't say it's an upset, but for us it is.
yeah. I mean it's kind of funny that K State and Kansas are both playing tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like an early game. It's kind of weird coincidence.
I fuck with
Um,
it. Friday games is it's kind of nuts, hour parts, but hey, the more football the better if you're able to watch it. So
yeah, I wouldn't give Bama like a guaranteed win, but I think they'll win.
Bama's blowing them out. This I was thinking earlier, I was like, Bama's played really slow. But then, like thinking of how they kicked it into gear at the end of that game, they scored like 3 touchdowns in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I don't think this is close.
probably not. I would say
Unless Wisconsin
LSU.
just has a fucking insane team. Who the fuck they even played?
Let's see what they've done. I mean, they were struggling against their first two.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. And then
Yeah,
they
they
got
they're
USC next week. Oh
they're
my
screwed.
God.
They're
Oh
screwed.
my God. The schedule's trash. What the fuck is this schedule?
Yeah,
Who
that's a terrible
made why?
schedule.
Why?
Luke Fickle, he might be getting a warm seat. I think this is like his third year there.
That's lost. That's 230. No, man, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Four. That's at least 4 losses.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
they got a tough road.
I'd be sick if I was a Wisconsin fan. Be sick.
LSU
Um,
probably wins that. I would say
yeah, South Carolina is kind of they seem like a trap team this year.
their quarterback's not too bad though. Sellers, I think, is his name. He's low key kind of good.
I like South Carolina. I like them a lot. So we'll see. Hopefully Michigan can pull this one out. Arkansas State's kind of a juggernaut.
That's gonna be a 70-0 in
What is?
Michigan.
Hey, they're undefeated.
True, true.
I got Arkansas State by 1. I'm absolutely kidding.
I was like, oh, you being serious? Like, that's crazy.
No, 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 no. But if I had more free time on my hands, I would actually look into the Arkansas State defense and kind of
Yeah.
see what. Because if they can stop the Michigan offense, then maybe they could do something. But I doubt it. Illinois win. Who knows? Who
I think
knows?
you guys probably should win.
We're at home. I'm not confident. I'm literally not confident on anything in this team other than special teams. And then it's gonna come down to it, and we're gonna miss a field goal to win and be the story of
I
my
just think
life.
with that extra week of preparation, you guys should be fine. But
Should be.
y'all have not won a game yet, so it's tough to say.
We are at home, but they've also ruined our entire home atmosphere. So we got construction going on. Like I guess they fucking they stopped the band playing on third down. They got a fucking DJ.
Uh,
Have you heard about that?
yeah, well, I saw the construction too because I was like, why is half the stadium like
Yeah.
empty?
They're putting in more fucking like box seats. They're taking away people's taking people's season tickets seats and replacing them.
Well, and what sucks is like
That's scummy.
you
Our
you
our
would you would want more seats out on the field to make more noise.
our fucking team's selling out, and it's disgusting. So yeah, you love to see it. Boston College, Missouri could be interesting. I don't, probably not. I expect Missouri to win this one pretty comfortably.
I think Boston
Shit,
College could maybe do an upset, but
Oregon State could win here. This is a big rivalry early in the year, which is very weird. I think they always play the last week.
yeah, and it's because they're not in the same conference anymore.
Yeah, and they're playing on the road,
Tickets
so
are or how much? Oh, so $63.
that's
There's the
actually
Miami game. That's $5.
it's decently high. I kind of want to watch this game. I would keep an eye on this one.
Yeah,
Oregon could lose here. They very well could.
they could.
We're rolling to Tulane at OU. We have labeled this one as an upset alert. Um, I hate to say it, but Tulane looks really fucking good. Tulane has been good. And if OU's offense does not show up, this could be a similar situation as Notre Dame caught themselves in at home.
True.
Very similar vibe. Tickets are
I would
low.
I would
I mean, you guys
say
sell out probably, but
we need to be able to sustain a drive to give the defense some rest. If we can't do that, that Mensa kid on Tulane, he's a good quarterback.
yeah,
He's going to be able to kind of chop us up a little bit more than Houston was able to last week.
I'm this 230 slate's kind of nice. I
It's like
like this a
upset
lot.
alert. Yeah,
Notre Dame at Purdue. Based off last week, Purdue could lose this game. A&M at Florida, two fucking money giants,
I'm
but they both suck.
going A&M on that one.
I have no idea. I haven't seen Florida's backup yet, Bagway. He's now the starter, so
He's the number one quarterback in the nation coming out
he's
of high school.
supposed to be Ross. Fuck. I might watch it just to see how they look in
Yeah,
preparation for my heartbreak ultimately at the end of the year. So, Washington State, Washington,
good
another
rivalry.
rivalry game, week 3.
Normally an end of the year
The fuck
game.
is happening? Well, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
Then
this
we
is all
got
the conference.
Utah State down here. It's all the Pac-12 teams are catching all their rivalry games this week.
Yeah.
Uh,
I heard
I'm here for it. Fuck it.
Cam Rising hurt his hand.
He did. I don't know how bad. I don't know how long he's gonna be out, but
That dude is so injury prone. It sucks because he's such a good quarterback when he's healthy.
he's like walking under ladders and breaking mirrors and shit. He's just got bad luck.
Because he could be in the NFL if he could just have a healthy season.
He's got like a Gardner Minshew vibe for me,
Yeah,
but not as gunslinger-ish.
yeah,
So, I don't neither of these teams are gonna do anything this year, unfortunately. So, but it's still a cool rivalry game. If you were kind of tuned into Washington last year, there are some
yeah.
remnants of that team still here. So, if you're into that. Cool, cool. Pitt, West Virginia. This is a huge fucking rivalry.
Yeah, that's a crazy rivalry.
This should be a fantastic game. I think West Virginia is decent this year. I'm not really tuned into Pitt and what they got going on. So if Pitt's got anything cooking, this should be a really good game.
Yeah,
So if you're not really interested in any of these other 230 slates that we just kind of touched
yeah.
on,
If my team
check
wasn't
into that
playing,
one
that's probably what I'd be watching if my team wasn't playing at that time.
for sure. What else are we looking for? Nothing else crazy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing really super appealing down the stretch. Colorado
Colorado
State.
State. That was a great game last year. That was like top 5 game of the season for me. That vibe
Colorado State
was and
was yeah.
that vibe was insane. There was like just they were out there hitting the fuck out of each other. I don't think it's gonna be the same because I think Colorado State's got new quarterback. Um, this should be a blowout. Colorado should blow this team out, but
Colorado State's been talking some shit this week. They're like, let's see what all their Instagram followers do for them when they see them on the
it's
field. Like they're like we're gonna cook this team, and I'm like, damn, like that's crazy
not
for y'all to
happening.
say.
It's not happening. There's no way they're outscoring Colorado this week. I mean, Colorado State just doesn't have the defense to stop Colorado, I don't think. And then I know Colorado's defense sucks, but I think they can get a stop
Yeah.
occasionally. So this game should be close.
How are you feeling about Dion? I feel like His seat should probably be getting a little warm now.
I
Because they're gonna get worse when they lose Shador, Travis Hunter,
oh for sure.
And Shiloh all in 1 year. Like I don't
Um,
even think he would stay there. Like it makes no sense at that point.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
And they
know if
have
he
a really
just
bad habit of throwing the O line under the bus. I get they're not playing
the O
good.
line's trash, but I get it. You probably shouldn't
You
do it.
can't just talk shit on them because they're gonna be like, fuck it, I'm not blocking for him if he's gonna
Man,
talk
I
shit on
wonder
me.
if like you know ultimately maybe he took the job to just get his kids into the NFL.
That's what it's looking like, honestly.
Like fuck everybody else. Like anybody that shows up and catches the bus to the league. Fuck hop on. Anybody else that can't keep up, see ya. Like uh, 'cause they're not gonna be. They might not even have a winning season. I mean, granted, if they win more games than they did last year, like that's a success because
Yeah.
they were absolutely terrible before he took over. They had no exposure, no recruiting.
Yeah. They only won a single game before he got there. They won four last year. You would hope they could win
Um,
six maybe this year, but I don't know.
who do they play this year? I know the Big 12's kind of loaded. They should win this game. I think they beat Baylor. That's two.
I think UCF probably would knock some off.
UCF isn't as good as I thought they were gonna be this year,
True. They're
but
not
so
like
that's
super
winnable.
crazy.
I don't before if you had like when I looked at the schedule before the year. I was like, oh no, UCF's got that one. Now it's kind of shifted a little bit, so it's definitely winnable. So they could have three. So if they win next three games, they've already tied their season from last year.
Yeah, that's true.
K-State, probably not, but anything's possible. Arizona, that might be a fucking shootout. That might be up in the
Yeah,
70s.
true.
Neither of these teams have defenses. Cincinnati looks solid this year. I like Cincinnati a lot.
Tech is terrible. Texas Tech is
Tech is a
terrible.
fucking trap team. And like if you think of a trap team, it's Texas Tech. Texas Tech is the fucking culminate. Them and like Georgia Tech and what's like another team?
Mm.
Like another team from the other conference. It's like because there's a couple of teams from like the same conferences, but like Georgia Tech, Texas Tech. It's all the fucking Tech teams. I hate it. I hate it. Um,
I don't know.
I don't know. Those are the first two that like popped into my head, but
Well, Texas
Texas
Tech has looked really bad this year so far. They were struggling against like a
until they
FCS team.
until they play your team and then they're like
Yeah, then
got
they're
Pat
like, what?
Mahomes on the fucking team. You're like, what? Why do they have 60 points? Um, they do have bad years quite often, but sometimes they just be magically Super Bowl teams.
Yeah,
It's very annoying. Utah, if they got no Cam Rising, should be a W. Hey, Kansas should be
could
W.
be good either way, but yeah,
So I mean, if they play how their offense is set up, just high powered, like fuck the defense. Like you get to stop when you get to stop, I suppose.
yeah.
They should win pretty much every game except for like K State and Utah, because Utah's a fantastic defense,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
maybe Oklahoma State. So they might lose two, potentially three. So
I could
odd,
also.
but they could also lose every fucking one.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost every single game either, though. They're such a
But
Jekyll and Hyde,
I
like,
would say if they increase from four to at least six wins,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's enough improvement to where his seat doesn't get warm at all. I think they're like,
yeah.
all right, cool. It's fucking we've gotten all this media coverage. They're probably making so much fucking money.
Well, I mean, look at the ticket prices for this game. They're like $150.
Was it?
Colorado State should not be $150.
Is there anything that's that high? Is it the highest ticket from the game from the weekend?
That's what it's looking
147?
like. By a
Um,
lot, by like
Alabama,
$100.
Wisconsin's 90. Yeah, it's the highest ticket of the weekend. The low or
Crazy.
the lowest high. Maybe not the highest ticket, but the lowest high.
Yeah,
Which is cool. I fuck with it. This was a great game last year. Maybe people are like, maybe it's got the same potential.
I hope so.
That had like a Friday Night Lights like from the movie vibe.
Yeah,
That's how that game felt to me. I like it really touched my heart. Like made me feel like I was watching like the movie in real time. I was like, this is insane. It
that's
was
probably
so
the best game
good.
of all last year.
And Colorado's on the road this year.
Yeah,
They kind of almost got last year. Uh, I really want to watch this game. I want to watch it
with
a lot.
with Colorado State talking that shit, maybe Colorado turns it up.
Hopefully. Everybody hitting the Shador little fucking wrist
Yeah,
so silly on them.
let's see.
Other than that,
Not really seeing a
that's
whole
pretty
lot.
much
That's
it.
it. Yeah,
The
not a whole lot.
early slates are where it's all at.
Yeah, this is another week that, in theory, should be boring, but a lot of upset potential going into this weekend. So
It's definitely a little bit more spicy than last week.
yeah,
Just a tad, nothing crazy. There's not any like heavyweight matchups, but there is potentials for upsets. There's
yeah,
This is fucking early rivalry week if you're a fan of the Pac-12.
yeah.
Um,
Weird. It's weird that they're doing it at this point in the year.
I like it, I guess, but like we're just not. I guess we're not gonna have Pac-12 rivalry week at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I think they've just assigned the new or the old Pac-12 teams new rivals and their new conferences.
which is
So
stupid.
like
There's no
hypothetically,
tradition
like
behind it.
who does who's Oregon playing that week? Washington. Okay, I can get on board with that. They're neighbors.
If you based
Uh,
off last year, it makes sense.
who does Utah's got UCF? Okay,
Not bad.
not really close, but whatever. Um, where's another Pac-12 team?
Let's see.
Colorado, Oklahoma State could be a great rivalry
That's
going
good.
forward. Could
And
be.
they did used to both be in the Big 12, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it works out. I feel like I'm skipping one. What am I missing here?
Probably USC and UCLA are probably the other two. Which
Did they just
I
not
think they
play
play
this
each
week?
other.
Oregon State,
Boise
Boise
State.
State.
That's a good.
Did you see speaking of Pac-12, did you see the potential new additions?
Yeah, where they added like it's like
It's
a
Boise
16.
State,
Yeah,
like San Diego State, something like
Fresno State
Nevada, Fresno State. So, and that Boise State pickup's huge. That's
rebuilding at least.
I think they need one or two more teams to actually be considered a conference.
They could pick
They
something
need
up.
eight. Yeah, does USC and UCLA just have a fucking bye this week?
Um, they might.
I guess so. That's
UCLA's playing Indiana. It looks like.
did I skip it?
Yeah, it's like right there.
Fresno
Yeah,
State.
Fresno
How would you
State.
not play USC the last week? What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck is
stupid.
who made this? Schedule's kind of nuts, honestly.
They're gonna
I'd
be
be
ass this year.
I'd be sick if I was they beat Hawaii by 3. Oh my,
They might lose every single game this year.
bro, Hawaii's like one of those teams you should be beaten by 50.
Yeah,
Other than that one year that they had that one guy that broke like all the records.
yeah.
Uh,
Colt Brennan,
yeah, the dude just disappeared off the face of the earth.
RIP.
That is not this year. They probably lose every game this year, other than like Rutgers. But Rutgers was kind of naughty last year.
Chip Kelly's a bitch for leaving like the year they go into the pack or the Big Ten to be the offensive coordinator of all things at Ohio State.
He's scummy. He's probably just like preying on Ryan Day's downfall that they like lose to Michigan
Promoting him.
again
Yeah.
and they fire Ryan Day, and he's like really goblin-y in the background, just kind of waiting. He's just preying on Ryan Day to get fired. 100%. Because why would you give up a head coaching job? Granted, it is UCLA, but UCLA is a big school. It's same conference you are in now
Yeah.
to go take an offensive coordinator job, but at a better school.
He's kind of slimy.
That doesn't. If I was Ryan Day, I'd be like, huh.
Just watch. He's gonna call a terrible game against Michigan
But
at the end of the year.
Chip Kelly does run a crazy offense, and I like it. So, do you trust him?
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
If I'm Ryan Day, I'm watching my back. 'Cause you could get shanked in the shower by a fucking. Oh my God. Why is it happening? James Cook, fuck off, bro.
Having the
Ah,
best game of his life.
he's got 29 points, 29 and a half. That's disgusting.
Ridiculous.
McCaffrey, please, brother. Put the jock strap on and get out there. I just need 20. I'm shedding a tear. I'm sick.
That's some bullshit.
All right. Well, went through the schedule. We wrapped up all of our player performances, team performances, our disappointments. Coaches on the hot seat. I know we didn't have much for additions there, but the vast majority of the
Yeah.
top teams really didn't struggle, lose,
Yeah.
other than, say Notre Dame, which I added because fuck them. But and then we skimmed through this week's schedule. This could be another interesting week. Hoping the next, at least the next week or so, has a little more juice in it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I want the season to like ramp up already, but I don't want it to like, I don't want to get ahead of myself and like, so once it starts ramping up, the season's over with. It's like fucking just downhill. It's like
Yeah. Well, she
starts and
goes
then it's
fast.
over,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? It's already no. It's like it's already November, you know. So you just gotta kind of appreciate it a week at a time. Really kind of look into the weeds of the schedule and kind
Yeah.
of kind of find your gems there and
I just kind of let
appreciate.
it soak in, like as I'm watching it too. Just
Yeah,
like,
even if it's not your favorite team, even if it's not a top 10 matchup, you gotta find that game you appreciate, and you're like, I like this, and at least get your days full of college football in
yeah,
some form of fashion. Find something you like. Maybe watch a team you've never seen before, and like fall in love with a new school, which is always fun to like watch a
yeah,
team you've never seen for the first time. Like Bowling Green in that Penn State game, I never watched Bowling Green before,
yeah,
and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then they fucking blew it like most of the teams do, but.
yeah.
It's
Kept it
cool.
close at
It's
least.
cool to see him like kind of like pushing it, and you're like, oh. And then that's when the training and then the practice really kind of comes to play, and the
Yeah,
coaching specifically like really kind of like finally sets their mark on the game and pulls them.
yeah, and the talent gap between the players
Oh
too.
yeah, I guess I probably should have led with that one. That's probably the most important in a game like that. The talent v talent on the two teams is you kind of it's almost hard to overcome that.
Yeah,
But anything else you wanted to touch on?
no, I
I
think
don't
we
I don't I
pretty
don't
much
think we
covered
missed
it.
on
Yeah,
much. Um yeah, I think that's it. So
yeah,
this will wrap up our week 2 video of Monthly Wasted. So if you guys made it this far, drop a like. We'd be much grateful.
yeah.
Much
Subscribe.
much grateful is crazy. I can't believe I just said that. Very grateful. I'm very drunk, so appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. We're dropping this video on like Friday, so we got one,
Yeah,
2 days before next week's games. It's a little bit of a later episode for us, so hopefully next week we'll be dropping a
little
little
bit
little bit
early.
earlier. Life happens, so
Yeah,
we'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully Nick's not dying.
yeah. Hopefully not.
But
Roll Tide.
no time.